July 20th, 1969. A moment frozen in time. A day when humanity reached beyond the skies and touched another world. When Neil Armstrong stepped onto the moon, the entire Earth watched in awe. But behind that one small step was a giant story of dreams, danger, and determination. Chapter 1, The Dream Begins, 0:32 o'clock. It began as a dream. In 1961, U.S. President John F. Kennedy stood before the world and declared, "We choose to go to the moon, not because it is easy, but because it is hard." At the time, the idea seemed impossible, but NASA, with thousands of scientists, engineers, and workers, turned that dream into a mission. It became the most ambitious goal in human history. Chapter 2, Preparing for the Impossible, 2 o'clock, 3:30. On July 16, 1969, Apollo 11 launched from the Kennedy Space Center. 3 men were on board: Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins. They carried not just machines, but the hopes of all humanity. The Saturn V rocket, taller than the Statue of Liberty, roared into the sky. A billion-dollar gamble with no guarantee of return. Chapter 3, Touching the Moon, 3:35 o'clock. 4 days later, they arrived. On July 20th, 1969, the world held its breath as the lunar module Eagle descended. At 2017 UTC, it landed on the moon. Then Neil Armstrong climbed down the ladder and said the words that shook the world. "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." It wasn't just a victory for science. It was a moment of unity, wonder, and belief in what we can achieve when we dream big. Closing 5 o'clock, 5:30. Over half a century later, the footprints remain on the moon, a reminder that the impossible is possible, that we are not just people of Earth. We are explorers of the universe.